Good evening.
Hi, we just reacted to a video, If All the Nordic Countries United, and I was like, wow, the next video that I get suggested is this one. Nordic Air Force, F-35, F-16, F-18, JAS39. That's, I think, the jet or some kind of plane. I'm not sure. Finland, Norway, Denmark, and Sweden by the Pilot Photo G YouTube channel. I don't know much about airplane or jet, but it's going to be quite interesting video, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, let us know what you think in the comment below.
Let's get started.
Okay.
Let's take a look at how 4 Nordic nations have established a unified air force and how these 4 fighters made this possible.
Oh, they are in a team, sort of.
On March 24th, the air forces of Finland, Denmark, Sweden, and Norway announced an agreement to operate their combined forces of over 200 fighter planes as a unified Nordic air defense force.
Oh.
This was a historic first between these countries and was
Nordic
ratified
air
by
defense.
a joint declaration of intent, or JDI, on March 16th at Ramstein Air Force Base in Germany. United States Air Force General James Hecker, who is also the head of NATO Air Command, was present for the signing. Today, we will take a look at what this means for the region, what fighter planes comprise this newly formed air force, and what each jet brings to the table in terms of operational capability.
They're already all in
The
NATO,
decision
right?
to unite the air forces under one command carries with it the ultimate goal of being able to operate seamlessly together as one force. This newly formed air force rivals that of a large European nation in numbers.
Oh, okay. So
and command and control
I
is
think you mean, like, you know, when your plane is in another country territory, you need to call people on the phone. You need to tell them, no, we're not doing anything shady. But them, I think they have a pact between each other. They can pretty much fly anywhere they want without any like constraint of like, you know, thinking that someone is trying to do something like spy on you or something, you know, something like
to be established by
guess.
developing a Nordic concept for combined air operations, which will be based on an already known and established NATO methodology.
See?
Yeah.
It is important to point out that when this agreement was reached, Finland and Sweden were not yet part of NATO. However, on April 3rd, Finland became the 31st member of NATO, and as of this recording, Sweden is expected to formally become a member soon.
I think they are now.
So the question is, if all 4 nations are or will soon become part of NATO, why the need for a seemingly separate
what I was
Nordic
saying.
Air Force? There are actually 4 reasons that have been cited in the document which was shared following the agreement.
Let's
First, combining the Nordic Air Forces allows for integrated operations, planning, and execution.
Yeah, okay, that makes
This
sense.
makes sense since the operating environments and conditions are very similar in the 4 countries involved. Secondly, the alliance allows for flexible and resilient air basing.
Yes.
Meaning runways and maintenance facilities can be used by the partner nations more openly. Then there's the third factor, shared situational awareness.
Yes, see, that's what I said
It's hard to
earlier.
imagine, but prior to this agreement, each of the 4 nations had to conduct their intelligence assessments and tracking of aircraft independently.
Yes.
The new agreement creates
Yeah,
a
so
common
see-
contagious
That's pretty
defense.
nice.
Yes, but that's also true if like there's a plane from China in the area. Well,
Why are you Trump? Can you?
USA. Okay. If there's a plane from any country in the area, no, but it's because it's most like anyway. They all gonna work together. They don't need to have 4 different sections. They all gonna work together to like assess the
Zone
situation.
that essentially covers the Baltic Sea.
Am I Trump?
And finally, the 4th reason stated is an allowance for common air education, training, and exercises to be held, allowing crews to cross-train and mutually support each other's forces. Alright, now let's get into the aircraft specifics for each of the 4 nations involved and what each platform brings to the newly formed alliance. Starting with Norway, who had been operating the Lockheed Martin F-16 Fighting Falcon up until 2022, which has been replaced by the Lockheed Martin F-35A Lightning. Norway has over 50...
I wonder how light it is.
Yeah.
Like IAV plane like this is. It looks so
Probably
light.
light.
It looks so light.
F-35s and is one of the early adopters of the Lightning, having acquired their first F-35s all the way back in 2017. In fact, Norway was the 4th country to acquire the Lightning after the United States, Israel, and Italy. The F-35 is without a doubt the most numerous and successful 5th generation stealth fighter, with some 900 examples delivered and over 600,000 flight hours logged on the global fleet. Additionally, the Lightning has also won several high-profile fighter competitions, more on that later. As to what the Lightning brings to the table, we can start with sensor fusion and an airborne command node. Along with stealth or low observability, the F-35 was designed to integrate and leverage Allied air assets and air defenses. This integration is so thorough that the F-35 has been often referred to as a quarterback in the sky, capable of directing assets and reading the enemy signals to plan its next moves.
Wow.
The F-35 also makes use of a distributed aperture system, or DAS, which provides 360-degree spherical situational awareness via cameras and sensors placed throughout the aircraft.
Oh my God.
Additionally, the F-35's fleet is being upgraded to the Block 4 standard, which, among many things, include numerous improvements in computational power, avionics, new weapon options, and even a more powerful radar that can detect and track targets at much longer ranges than today. I've done an entire video on the F-35's upgraded radar.
You cannot
I'll
hide
leave a
from this
link in the
plane.
description
It will
below.
find you.
Given the F-35's current and planned capabilities, along with its lowering per unit cost, we can begin to see why the Lightning has won virtually every fighter procurement competition it has entered, including those for Finland and Switzerland. Moving on to the next partner in the Nordic Air Defense Agreement, Denmark, which currently operates over 40 F-16s with 27 F-35s on order. The F-16 Fighting Falcon, or Viper, is a fourth-generation fighter which was initially designed as a day air superiority fighter. However, throughout its long and storied career,
did you see
the F-16 evolved into a fighter, fourth-generation fighter which was initially designed as a day air superiority fighter.
No shaking, nothing. Just
However, throughout its long and storied career, the F-16 evolved into a true multi-role platform, implementing the first use of relaxed static stability or fly-by-wire flight control system. The F-16 is an agile aircraft and an excellent dogfighter. With over 4,500 examples built, the F-16 is the world's most numerous and combat-proven fourth-generation fighter. Although the F-16 is a non-stealth platform, it features low operating costs, high reliability or mission-capable rates, and mission flexibility in both air-to-air and air-to-ground roles. Denmark's F-16s are an excellent placeholder as their new F-35s are delivered and become operational.
Why do you want to go in there?
Next, we turn to Finland, who is currently operating some 50 FA-18Cs with 64 F-35s on order. Like the F-16, the F-18 or Hornet is a multi-role fighter. However, unlike the F-16, the Hornet was designed for carrier operations and features an arresting hook, folding wings, and landing gear specifically designed to operate off of carriers. Finland's Hornets are land-based, and while also a non-stealthy fourth-generation fighter, the F-18 is a combat-proven platform with relatively high mission-capable rates. Moreover, since Finland shares a land border with Russia, Finnish Hornets have extensive experience flying near the border and likely tracking Russian aircraft that are in proximity to their mutual border. Still, the Finnish...
Yeah, what is explaining so far the three Norway, Finland is that each plane complete the other quite well. It's kind of a team.
Hornets are nearing the end of their service lives, which is one reason that Finland has placed the largest order for new F-35s of the 4 Nordic countries. And last but certainly not least is Sweden, which finds itself in a unique position. While Norway, Denmark, and Finland are all moving to the F-35, Sweden is opting for the latest version of the Gripen, the JAS39. Aside from being an excellent aircraft, the Gripen is also designed and manufactured in Sweden. The Gripen is an extremely reliable, low-cost-to-operate, multi-role fighter designed specifically to operate in the harsh Nordic environment. Today, Sweden operates about 70 of their C&D models, which are powered by a Volvo RM12 engine, a license-built version of the GE F404 engine, similar to those found in legacy Hornets such as the ones operated by Finland. The vastly improved E model of the Gripen will be powered by a General Electric RM16, which is similar to the F414 engines found on the Super Hornet. The E version will also feature advanced avionics and electronic countermeasures, which should provide an offset to the Gripen airframe's fourth-generation design. In terms of the Nordic Alliance, the C and D versions will likely be used in similar ways that the fourth-generation F-16s and F-18s are used, while the E version of the Gripen will likely be deployed in roles that are more aligned to the F-35's tasking, providing advanced detection along with command and control capabilities in a fighter-sized airframe. The formation of a unified Nordic Air Force is a direct response to Russia's invasion of Ukraine last year. In terms of deterring and potentially combating Russian aggression, this significant agreement has the potential to benefit all parties involved. While each Air Force brings unique capabilities to the table, they also share many similarities beyond their proximity. Collaborating would enhance the effectiveness and potency of air defense tasks and aerial surveillance, as well as providing greater flexibility and unpredictability in war planning. In today's era of multifaceted aerial threats, ranging from traditional fixed-wing aircraft like fighters and bombers, to low-altitude cruise missiles, swarms of drones, and even hypersonic weapons, pooling resources for air defense makes more sense than pursuing an independent approach. This holds true from both a strategic and economic standpoint, particularly when confronting a common enemy with a potentially larger force. What do you think?
I saw the other day
You saw
in the
what?
US force, the human can fly by using some kind of tank, both sides, like
Really?
Iron Man. Yes,
This?
one.
Oh. This?
This one I saw.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Whoa.
Crazy.
I must say this is very useful.
But I think you need to practice a lot, right,
Yeah.
on your muscle.
Do you know what I think that it's useful for? Also saving people from drowning or just
yeah.
like, as a rescue mission.
Checking things. You don't need.
Okay. Now I know why you're so impressed by the plane. You like that kind of thing?
My country, someone like trying to take something. So now I was thinking about the prime minister. He will used to buy like a plane, thing like that,
Oh, okay.
So now.
What I'm thinking right now is that nobody's gonna invade any of these countries because they are tied together, not just because of NATO and the European Union, but these four countries will defend each other, and geographically they are hard to invade. So I think now there's nothing that will happen with any of these countries. It's just sad that we live in a world where making these kind of plane is needed. Because
Yes.
this doesn't save a function like, we're gonna go collect something, It doesn't serve people. It's just it's to protect your citizen. Maybe in the future, the alien are coming and will detect them. I mean, I think to detect like the Area 51 in the US, like if you want to detect some extraterritorial activity, I think it's good that you have some plane like this that can detect something. But if it's only to protect your country from other country, I think we live in a world where it's sad that we need to spend money for that,
Yeah, it's come like it's because of like oil thing like that another country still want from you.
Yeah, and at the same time, perhaps because these kind of plane exists, we will create better technology in the future that will serve a more broader picture that is not only for the security of the country. Okay, well, thank you for watching, everyone. Bye-bye.
Bye bye.